for the no half step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It's time for operation number 686. That's right, show number 686 for the Renegades of Puck. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves at 5th place in the Central Division. After 26 games played, they have a record of 12, 11, and 3, 27 points, has them 3 points behind 4th place Colorado, 5 points behind 3rd place Minnesota, and 10 points behind Winnipeg and Dallas. For 1st place, Winnipeg holding the tiebreaker over Dallas by playing 2 fewer games. Winnipeg is currently in 1st place. Just below the Nashville Predators with the same amount of points is the St. Louis Blues. 5 points below the Preds. In 7th place is the Arizona Coyotes, and 9 points behind the Nashville Predators at this time is the Chicago Blackhawks in last place in the Central Division. The Preds have a goal differential of -12. They scored 67 on the season, giving up 79, and on home ice they have a record of 7-4-2. That's where their next game will take place. It'll be the second of 3 meetings this season against the Edmonton Oilers. Going back to November the 1st, the Preds fell in Edmonton 7-4. It was Vander Kane with 3 goals in that game. McDavid 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points. Draisaitl had a goal and 4 assists for 5 points. The Nashville Predators and the Edmonton Oilers will meet one more time at Bridgestone Arena, and it's coming up very quickly. It's coming up on December the 19th. Let's go over the next bit of games for the Nashville Predators just to catch you up on that. Thursday, the Preds will be in Winnipeg, Saturday in Colorado, and then Monday back home to face off against the same Edmonton Oilers again, and then going into the Christmas break, the 21st of December in Chicago, and then back home and the 23rd versus the Colorado Avalanche. Now, for the Edmonton Oilers, they are 16-3-0 on the season. They have 32 points, are 4th overall in the Pacific Division. On the road, they have a record of 7-6. They have 103 goals for on the season, and they have a +4 goal differential, which means they've given up plenty of goals as well. Let's take a look at their most recent stretch of action. Let's go back just 5 games. Back on December the 3rd, it was a 5-3 victory versus Montreal. Follow that up on the 5th with a 3-2 loss versus the Washington Capitals. On the 7th, it was an 8-2 victory versus the Arizona Coyotes. And on the 9th, a 5-2 win versus Minnesota. And just a couple of hours ago, a 2-1 loss at Minnesota. Skinner was in net, took the loss, 28 out of 30 in that game. Now, for the Nashville Predators, it's about more than the standings. It's about more than the rankings between these two teams right now. They are starting to deal with some significant roster issues, as now 4 of the season-starting 7 defensemen are out on injured reserve. Luzon, who we thought was going to be out for some significant amount of time, is day-to-day at this time. Carrier is listed as week-to-week. McDonough 1 to 3 more weeks, and Borowiecki is on injured reserve. So the Nashville Predators have 4 of their defensemen that they came into the season with currently out injured. They also have another roster move, and we'll discuss analysis and thoughts and opinions on it later. But for now, just give you the facts on this. Tolvanen was waived by the Nashville Predators, and he has been claimed by the Seattle Kraken. So Eeli Tolvanen, his development with the Nashville Predators comes to a screeching halt as he is no longer on the Nashville Predators, and now he will look forward to his future with the Seattle Kraken. Now, getting back to the game at hand, the NHL ranks between these two teams are staggering how different that they are. The Edmonton Oilers are 5th best in the NHL in goals in a game, 3.64 per game, while the Nashville Predators are 29th in the NHL, 2.50 per game. In goals against, the Preds have given up 3 per game this season. That's 14th in the NHL, while the Edmonton Oilers have given up 3.46. That's 23rd in the NHL, but they score so many they can easily overcome that, and they often do. Shots for the Nashville Predators are 24th in the NHL, generating 29.9 shots per game on the net, while the Edmonton Oilers are 14th, generating 32 on the net. In shots against, the Preds are 32.8 per game. That is 10th in the NHL. The Edmonton Oilers are giving up 33.4 shots against per game. That is 6th in the NHL. In the special teams ranking, it is no surprise when I tell you this. The Edmonton Oilers have the best power play in the NHL. They've converted 31 times out of 101 opportunities. That's 30.7%, while the Nashville Predators are quite the opposite. 16% conversion rate, 29th overall in the NHL, and they've converted 15 out of 94 times. On the penalty kill, the Preds do have the better overall NHL ranking in this category. They've given up 20 power play goals against, all rated 18th in the NHL, while the Edmonton Oilers have given up 31 power play goals against, are rated 27th in the NHL. But again, they can and have plenty of times overcome this deficient statistical metric. Individual statistics are another area. Piece together. Individual statistics are another area where these two teams have a absolute wide and large disparity. Connor McDavid leads the Nashville Individual statistics is another category where these two teams have a very wide margin and disparity between them. Connor McDavid would not only be leading the Nashville Predators in scoring, he leads the Edmonton Oilers and the entire NHL in scoring at this time. 25 goals, 29 assists, 54 points. Draisaitl at 19 and 27 for 46. Nugent Hopkins 14 and 19 for 33 points. Hyman 9 goals, 19 assists for 28 points. And Barrie 4 goals and 14 assists for 18 points in net. Since Skinner played just last night, Campbell is probably going to get the start at Bridgestone Arena. 7-6-0 on the season, 8.72 save percentage, 4.12 goals against average. Now, the other side of the lever, the Nashville Predators, well, their statistics are not looking so good on the offensive side of things. Forsberg, 8 and 15 for 23. Duchesne, 6 goals, 15 assists for 21 points. The captain, Roman Jossi's at 6 and 15 for 21. Mikael Granlund, 4 goals and 14 assists for 18 points. And Ryan Johansson, 7 goals and 8 assists for 15 points. Kevin Lankinen expected to get the start after UC Saros played in St. Louis. A record of 3-3-0 on the season, 9.34 save percentage, 2.27 goals against average. For the Nashville Predators, they have had incredible difficulties against this Edmonton Oilers team in recent history, especially in the McDavid and Draisaitl era. Those two players seem to absolutely feast on the Nashville Predators. The second night of back-to-back for both teams having to travel into Nashville. We'll see what we get going into this game, but it sure feels like the Nashville Predators might be feeding themselves into a wood chipper feet first, coming back home to go up against the Edmonton Oilers, as depleted as they currently are on the defensive side of things. Even when they have the full cast of characters out there on the blue line, they struggle to keep the Edmonton Oilers from just having their way at any time. For the Nashville Predators, this is going to be an incredibly difficult stretch of hockey. A lot of very good teams coming up on the schedule. That gets you all set up for the next game with the Nashville Predators. Quick turnaround, less than 24 hours. Head back from St. Louis. Come on home and face the Edmonton Oilers. Speaking of that St. Louis game, we've got the Rebirth Sports full game recap coming up, and it's next. Rebirth Sports, check out their work, rebirthsports.com, or find them on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Very easy to find them, and they're very interactive, very good people, and I certainly love having a partnership with that crew. You see me wearing the Renegades of Puck home jersey right here in the bunker. You see me wearing the road jersey, the third jersey, just last night skating with the Mighty Drunks here in Middle Tennessee in the Middle C Division. Got a chance to pull on the red, white, and blue Rebirth Sports Mighty Drunks jersey. Good looking threads out there at the rink. Got asked multiple times, where did that jersey come from? And I had to tell them, of course, because I love having the conversation. Came from Rebirth Sports. Sure to appreciate them. They take visions, make them reality, and they are certainly not jersey makers. They are hockey tailors. So check out their work, rebirthsports.com. Go back to December the 12th, the year 2022, and the Nashville Predators were in St. Louis to take on the St. Louis Blues. Philip Forsberg, Mikael Granlund, Matt Duchesne are the first line, deployed by John Hines. Niederreiter, Johansson, and Citizens make up the second line. Trennan, Parson, and Jeannot. Smith, Glass, and Jankowski, your defensive pairings, and this is going to sound considerably different than usual. Josi and Gross are your top pair. Ekholm and Fabro are your second pair. Gravel and McEwen make up your third defensive pairing for the Nashville Predators. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are just 5 seconds into the first period of the game, and Binnington has to come up with a save on Fabro. It's the first shot on goal of the game. Clean face-off win by the Nashville Predators. They get the puck in deep. It goes in on net. 2 minutes into the game, UC Saros comes up with his first touch of the game. It is a save on Torachenko. 4:03, Binnington a save on Josi. 4:17, first penalty of the game is Johansson. 2 minutes for tripping. Strong PK, lots of block shots by the Nashville Predators. Really good to see the Preds out there working as hard as they were. 7:59, Saros comes up with a save on Pitlick through traffic. 9:49, Binnington comes up with a save on Niederreiter's jam wrap around attempt. Then Bortuzzo's off the box. 2 minutes for roughing after the whistle. Not much happening for the Nashville Predators. Power play, they would only be able to generate one shot on goal. 14:18 in the first period. UC Saros comes with a save on Thomas. 15:16, Schen's off to the box. 2 minutes for boarding, and this was a really vicious looking hit right here. Binnington comes with a save on Johansson from the slot, and that's all the Nashville Predators would be able to generate on this power play. 17:28, Johansson off to the box again. 2 minutes for slashing. Another strong PK by the Nashville Predators, giving up 0 shots against. We hit the end of the first period. Lots of penalties, but not much else. St. Louis outshoots Nashville 9-7 in the first 20. We hit the second 20. We're 59 seconds in, and Binnington's coming with a save on Duchesne off the rush at 4:05. Johansson is off to the penalty box. He's got the hat trick in all the worst ways of 3 minor penalties already in just 24 minutes of game time. 2 minutes for goalie interference, but this was just a little bit of a different situation, as we all saw Binnington take the absolute flop, and then we have to see UC Saros coming up with a save on Falk Falk on the shorthanded situation while Ryan Johansson sits in the box for the third time of the night. 6:15 in the second period. Binnington comes with a save on Johansson out of the box and a rebound on Yossi crashing the net hard. Now listen, if this play had worked out perfectly where Johansson takes 3 minor penalties and gets out of the box and gets sprung for a goal, then you might have seen him try this more often, but I don't think it's a very successful plan to try to generate offense. But I'll take any options at this point. I'll take anything at this point. 6:55 in the second period. Binnington comes with a save on Forsberg. 7:05. McCullough's off to the box. 2 minutes interference. The Blues had the best chance on this shorthanded opportunity. The power play is 0 for 3 now at this point in the game versus the 32nd rated penalty kill in the NHL. 11:31. We're past the halfway point of the game with 0 score. 11:31. Binnington gets with a save on Forsberg. The rebound trickles just wide of the post. This was a tricky little roller. 13:25. Saros comes up with a save on Krug's long shot. 14:09. Parayko goes out to the box. 2 minutes for a cross-checking. Another really, really hard hit along the wall that draws a penalty in a power play for the Preds. They generate more zone time, just wouldn't generate any results. 0 for 4 on the power play now against the worst penalty kill team in the NHL. Strong shift after the power play, maybe their best shift of the entire game, but everything was kept to the outside. They could not get any shots through the net. The Preds would maintain pressure for the rest of the period. 19:39 of the period, Parson would get his stick checked while he was attempting to tuck the puck into a wide open net. That might have been the Preds' best look near the net of that entire period. We go to the intermission. The Preds are now out shooting the St. Louis Blues 16-13. We go to the third period. Still no score. 21 seconds into the third period. Binnington comes with a save on Parson. Parson was flying all over the place towards the end of the second period, beginning of the third period. Trenton follows up that play, and a strong shift overall for that entire line. 5:03 into the third. Saros comes with a save on Falk. 7:43. Saros a save on Barbashev, and then we go the other way. The Nashville Predators start generating some pretty decent offense for a few minutes. 10:51 into the third. Binnington comes with a save on Jankowski at close range. 11:49. A save on Parsonen's jam ×2. 16:42. Binnington back to work again on Ekholm. Stops him with the elbow. The game had to be stopped at this point because Binnington went down. That was a nasty, hard, heavy shot that caught Binnington right there on the elbow. 19:19 of the third period. Binnington comes up with one more save in regulation. That's on Dante Fabro. We hit the end regulation. The Predators out shooting St. Louis Blues 24-20. So the Nashville Predators hold the St. Louis Blues to just 11 shots on goal in the final 40 minutes of gameplay. We hit the 3-on-3 overtime. We're 13 seconds in. UC Saros comes with a save on Falk on the 2-on-1. 53 seconds in. Binnington comes with a save on Duchesne, who went 1-on-3, getting a dynamic scoring opportunity. 1:47. Saros comes with a save on Kyrou, but at 2:25, it's Shen ending this game with the rebound, put back his 7th of the season. Gives the St. Louis Blues the one and only goal of the game, defeating the Nashville Predators 1-0 in overtime. Final shots on goal, 25 for Nashville, 24 for St. Louis. Predators do get a point. They hold off the St. Louis Blues for the battle for 5th place in the Central Division. I guess you'll take small victories and small gains where you can, but a night where the Nashville Predators certainly let many opportunities slip away from them. And we've got a lot to talk about. There is a lot going on with this team, and there are some things that are really starting to slip right here. We'll get to it. We've got a lot of opinion. We've got a lot of analysis. We've got a lot of stats coming up here in the next segment. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We'll be right back with some stats, analysis, and the Renegades of Puck.